Okay, so now we're going to get on to the little controversial part of today's show, because we have to talk about
Absolutely.
it. Tell us your side of the story. Let's hear about it.
My side of the story is what you saw. I never once said that near Tina whatsoever. We were like 50 yards away standing on the sideline, and the camera's always on you, and they catch it, and they caught it. And I did 100% say it. Tina came up to me after the show was over and said, you know, I just want you to know that I heard you said I choked. And I was like, when was this? And then I figured out when I said it, and I said, absolutely, I said it, and I apologize if you were to have ever heard it, but there's no possible way that she heard it. We were like 50 yards apart. She may have heard me say yes when she missed the shot, but, you know, it's a competition, and we were in a competition for immunity. Should I have said, I hope you choke? Never to her face, ever. But so many people, and I think people would lie if they weren't thinking that in their head. I probably shouldn't have said it out loud because the camera caught it, but I know every other person is thinking it when they're in a match play or, you know, a sudden death playoff. They don't want to lose. No one wants to lose. And if you're not wanting to win, then why are you playing? However, never would I have ever said that where she could have heard it. So there's no way possible that she heard it. She did probably hear me say yes when she missed it, and that is inappropriate.
So who do you think told her that you said it then?
Probably Susan. I mean, Susan said that she was shocked that I said it, which is funny because, you know, on episode 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it was, she said, I'm here to win, and I wanted them to play bad, or I wanted her to lose. It's the same thing. It just happened to be that I said it. And I think that from watching this show, I've realized that there's a certain instance when to say things and not to say things, and I think that I have come off strong, but at the same time, I'm saying what I'm saying because that's what I'm thinking. And I think that, you know, I need to tone that down a little bit, but at the same time, I don't think any one of those girls would have said that they weren't thinking that at the same time.
Well, in the preview for next week's show, I think I recall hearing Lori say, and maybe it was in confessional though,
yeah,
you know, was I hoping she would miss it? Yes.
Yeah, and everyone says it. It's just that people say it in confessional and not on the golf course. I, on the other hand, say it on the golf course. Not to where anyone can hear it and it will affect their play, but I do say it when what I'm thinking, as long as they can't hear it. I would never have said to Tina, I hope you choke. But I did say it when she wasn't close to me. Mm-hmm. I said what I thought.
You said it to your teammate, Susan?
Yeah, I said it to my teammate. Mm-hmm. Man, I hope she chokes, and we'd go on.
Okay.
I mean, I think that Kim and Tina were probably thinking the same thing. Man, I hope Christina doesn't hit it in the box on the first try. I hope it takes her 5 and we go on. And one thing I do want to say is that I've never said anything bad about anyone on the show. I've never hurt a person's character or said anything about a person's character. I'm talking strictly about golf, and I don't think that there's other players that on this show that can say that.
Yeah, I guess some people just take that personally.
Yeah, they take it personally, a personal attack.
Yeah, yeah. Were confessionals purely private? Like, is this the first time watching television that you've seen the confessionals?
No, I've never seen them. No one else has ever seen them. They're private 100%. But what the confessional is it's questions that the Golf Channel gives us to help us talk. It's not like we're purely going in there and venting about whatever. We can do that, but there's questions to promote controversy.
Well, they do a very good job.
They do.
Yes, it's true. It's true. At one point, when you were going to hit a shot in the second part of the competition, Lori actually says, I says she does this in one. Mm-hmm. So, you know, your roommate has already shared earlier some things about, you know, you being intense, and she even said on this show, you know, that she's rooming with somebody that people are having a little problem with right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she is saying, I say she does this in one.
Yeah.
Lori obviously has a lot of respect for your game.
I think that she does, and I think that Lori, you know, kind of knew who I was. She knew she knew I wasn't evil. She knew that I'm extremely competitive and I'm going to do whatever I can to win. I'm not going to sabotage anyone. I'm not going to say anything bad to their face. I'm not going to like make any gestures or anything. But I'm going to try as hard as I can possibly try to win.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So what do you think about the 120, 90, 60, 30 competition for the elimination? What did you think that was like?
You know, it was a good competition. It was good up and down skills. But, you know, at the same time, I think people don't realize how intense and how pressure-filled that is. Mm-hmm. You know, a typical up and down, not everyone gets it every time. And when you have a camera on you and it's a matter of going home, it's a lot harder. And I think that, you know, there's a couple putts there that, you know, probably should have gone in on a regular basis. They would have, but in big break, it's not. It's so difficult, and no one knows how hard it is until they're there.
Yeah, there were. It did seem a long time before we did actually get an up and down. But Sophie's shot was amazing.
It was
off the bank there.
It was so good. And you know what? When I first saw it, I was like, "What happened? Oh my gosh, that worked out well." But you know, that's the way that she was playing the shot, and it's a European type of play. You know, they practice and play a lot of long bump and run shots. So absolutely, no question, it was a good shot.
Well, last week you said about, I think it was about Lori, you said, well, she's no Tiger Woods, she was just lucky. But in this case,
this situation,
you think it was a practice shot.
Last week, you know, people thought that was really funny that they said that, and I did. You know, I commented on it, but I truly don't believe Lori played that off the edge of a bunker to roll 3 feet to the pin. I don't believe that happened. If she did, fantastic, Lori. But I think if you ask Lori truthfully and honestly, if she played it off the edge of a bunker, I don't think that she would say yes. Okay, so is there anything closing you want to share with the audience for tonight? Not really, but I'm not as bad as this show is making me out to be. I can say that. I am extremely competitive, and there's no way that I'm going to deny that. Yeah. I think I am learning that I need to, you know, be quiet in certain aspects, but I think that I'm definitely the focus of a lot of girls on the show's, you know, issue, but hey, that's just the way it goes. Well, thanks a lot. No problem. And we'll talk to you next week. You bet. Okay. Okay.